Hi, everybody. Happy July. It is now July 1st. I'm Gloria Moraga, political woman. Thanks for being here. I am up, so I thought I would give this a try. I've tried a couple of live shots, and technically, not great. So I'm going to stick to it and hang in here. I love going live and being on early in the morning, really late at night. I usually do this on TikTok, but TikTok's been weird lately. Did you hear Donald Trump says he's got a buyer? We'll see. So I wanted to give you an update on what is going on the Senate floor. And here it is. This is a live picture. I'm on PBS. KVIE is my PBS station here in Northern California. I've also got C-SPAN up on another channel, and I've got actually another channel up on my television. I keep getting warnings from YouTube about my feed, but yesterday when I got these same warnings, I logged out. I said, bye, gotta go. And then I went and checked, and everything was fine. So I'm just going to keep plowing through. So I wanted to share some things with you. Air YouTube not receiving enough video to maintain smooth stream. Such as viewers will be experiencing buffering. And I've got an error, but I did this yesterday, and it seemed fine. So I'm going to continue, and if there is, I don't know, a longer issue, I will log out. So, Gloria Moraga, political woman, I spent a lot of my time watching Senate debates and votes when I was a political reporter. I worked in Washington for 10 years. So this is nothing new to me. The whole roll call vote thing, when you start like knowing how they're going to call out the names. Yeah. So a couple things I wanted to say, and I'm hoping that my recording is okay. I'm getting another error. And I don't know, why would I be getting not receiving enough video? Why would it be saying that? A couple things I wanted to say live here, and if I am not live, I'm going to do a video and post that. So if there's any technical problems with the live. They haven't gone to a vote yet. See this? What's happening here right now? Stalling, because they don't have the votes. Republicans do not have the votes. So people are calling and raising holy hell right now. And so please keep calling. And please keep raising holy hell, because it's working. Because if they had the votes, they would have voted already. But they clearly do not have the votes. So it's 2:49 California time, which means it's almost 6 a.m. And I'm going to read on my phone from Jamie Dupree. Jamie Dupree produces a column, and it's on Substack, and he is my former colleague and friend. And here's what he says in his newsletter today. GOP edges towards showdown vote on Senate tax and budget plan. And then here's a quote from Jamie Dupree, Regular Order. Big, beautiful bill. It's still not finished. Senate Republicans struggled overnight to complete a sweeping tax and budget bill carrying much of President Trump's domestic legislative agenda. Despite holding votes for over 20 hours, Senate GOP leaders still hadn't nailed down the final details as of 5 a.m. So now I'm live right now and it's almost 6 a.m. So still haven't done it. It's like an all-night party, but without the party, said Senator Mike Lee, Republican from Utah. Talks through the night, most of the focus on Senator Lisa Murkowski, Arkansas, who needed some convincing on Saturday night just to start debate on the bill. She left the office of Majority Leader John Thune around 3:45 a.m. looking somewhat glum. There is a lot of back and forth, said Senator Dan Sullivan, Arkansas. Vote-A-Rama. When the Senate convened at 9 a.m. on Monday to start voting on amendments to the latest 940-page GOP plan, the assumption was that Republicans would soon enough be closing in on a final deal. But that still hadn't happened as the first hints of daylight arrived this morning. So it's already daylight. Artificial intelligence. The biggest news came overnight around 4 a.m. as the Senate voted to strip a plan out of the bill which blocked states from regulating artificial intelligence. They're the ones that are protecting children in the virtual space, says Senator Marsha Blackburn, Tennessee. The plan won on a vote of 99-1. Only Senator Tillis voted no. But earlier, Ted Cruz got up and was very grumpy and very bitter and said no, it wasn't going to happen. So no deal. Originally, Blackburn had agreed to a 5-year moratorium on some regulations with Senator Ted Cruz, Texas, but that agreement fell apart. Our deal would have passed easily, but a couple of hours ago, the other side backed out, Cruz said, with more than a hint of aggravation in his voice. Vote-A-Rama, non-stop series of votes, known as the Vote-A-Rama, the two parties skirmished over some of the major issues that have dominated the debate on the bill. Changes in Medicaid, tax breaks for the wealthy, cuts in federal food aid, benefits for illegal immigrants, and more. Democrats denounced the bill repeatedly. I'll just give you a warning. My dog is on a rampage. He's got a big, nice bone, and he's still angry because I've got some kittens in the house that were rescued. So here we are, July 1st. Happy July! And we don't have any kind of a budget, any kind of a vote in the United States Senate. Couple things, too, I'll say again. They don't have enough votes. Republicans do not have enough votes, despite the fact that it goes without saying that arm twisting is occurring behind the scenes. Threats are being made behind the scenes from 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue to Republican senators. But constituents are calling and complaining, as well they should, because we're talking about loss of health care for millions of Americans. I mean, the latest figure from this bill is like 11 million. And this is not political numbers. This is from nonpartisan places. I mean, hospital lobbyists are saying this. Doctor, physician groups, and on about how many people are going to get kicked off their health care. So this is not a debate. This is a fact. And the latest, this bill from the Senate, is that it's going to add 3.3 trillion, trillion with a T. I remember when I was younger, we always used to say billion with a B because people would think that we were talking about million. But no, it's trillion. $3.3 trillion more to the debt, to the deficit. And people think, well, this doesn't affect me. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. It affects us in a million ways, including higher interest rates. That's why Trump keeps picking on the Fed chair to lower interest rates, because he wants to blame the Fed chair for his mess, for this mess. This bill is a mess. What's the tragedy here is that people who make, hold on when I say this, $5 million a year. So we're talking big executives, just, who, they're going to get a tax cut of $350,000 a year. And for that, and someone said, oh, it was on MSNBC, that Katie Tur. I do not like her. She was going on and on about how, but it's going to help middle class people and it's a tax cut for lower income. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. That's a fact. It is not going to help middle class Americans, and it's going to hurt lower income Americans. It's going to hurt them. And couple that with what's going to start happening with the tariffs, but couple that with losing your health care. And here's what I want to know. Why is it so bad for people to have health care? What is wrong with this picture? So yeah, I encourage anybody who doesn't want to lose their health care to please continue to call. There were earlier comments, I'm making myself little because it's late and I'm tired. There were earlier comments about the phones are blowing up, that people calling crashed the system. People emailing crashed the system. Crash it, babies. Crash it. Because we need to fight this thing. We need to fight it. What is the big rush also? They want it done by July 4th. Why? Why when there's so many problems with it? So there you go. I wanted to say that mainly. I wanted to just say we have nobody to help us but ourselves. And so, yeah, let's do this. Let's call and complain and be Karens. And I hate that too when anybody calls me a Karen, because I'm raising a ruckus. Raise a ruckus. Don't raise a ruckus. Yeah, so here they are. Nothing's happening. They're doing some votes here and there on various amendments. I did pull some graphics on what some of the amendments were, but let me just suffice to say that they all failed because they won't pass, because the Republicans are in charge. The Democrats don't have the votes. That's why we have to change that. All of the failed amendments were from Democrats that, here's an example of some of them. I can go back. I'll read this one. This is, I think it was number 8 on the list, from Senator Lujan, urging lawmakers to send the bill back to the Finance Committee because of the harmful proposed cuts to Medicaid and SNAP. So that is health care, and millions of people are going to lose their health care and SNAP. And that's another thing. What is so wrong about helping people with health care? These are my tax dollars too. I would rather spend the money on health care for people who can't afford it and food for hungry children than to build prisons to house immigrants. That what happened to sending them back to their country? That's another thing. So, here's another one. This is from Jack Reed. Nursing homes. Nursing homes will be at risk of closing or will have to reduce space if this bill passes. Arguing it should be sent back to the Finance Committee. Failed. 48 to 52. Failed. Every Republican voted against keeping nursing homes open. This is from Lisa Blunt, Rochester. Motion rejects cuts to Medicaid because it funds, vital hospital services, especially for maternal care and infants. Medicaid covers 40% of total births nationwide and roughly 50% of births in rural communities. Again, every Republican voted against this amendment. What the? Okay, I'll say, to be fair, who wants to be fair? But to be fair, they're voting against these amendments because they don't want to have to start all over again and go back to committee. But so what? So what? What are we going to do with the infants and the people who need this health care for the babies? It's just appalling to me that we are in this state, that we are at this point. I'm turning my mic down because it looks really hot. Here's one. Oh, that's the same one. This is from Blumenthal. How about this one? I'm laughing so hard I'm choking. This one would prohibit the Department of Defense from using any funds appropriated by Congress to accept, retrofit, or transfer a plane given by a foreign government, such as Qatar, for use as Air Force One under President Donald Trump. Look, failed. Every Democrat voted for this. Every Republican voted against it. Oh my God. Stop the plane. The plane. Oh, I think that might be it. Oh, yeah. Here was one. This was number 3 on the list when they first started doing these. Rising costs for health care, to fund billionaire tax cuts, and ultimately delaying its passage. Yeah, send it back. So they said, no, we're not sending it back. Here's 2. This is from Markey, Senator Markey and Schumer. Proposed sending the bill back because of Medicare and Medicaid concerns. And then Klobuchar brought this one up, trying to save the SNAP program. But see, don't say that Democrats aren't doing stuff, because they are trying to, delay that, definitely. But they're also trying to save some of these programs. So you can see here, it's just the Vote-A-Rama is just a laugh a minute. They're having so much fun And they're not there. I mean, they're off the floor, right? They're in the cloakroom or they're in the snack room, having the big spread. Um, so I'm Gloria Moraga, political woman. I wanted to come on live at this hour. I was actually trying to do this earlier, but I had a house full of people, and now it's, in California, late morning. I mean, early morning. And I have been up all night watching this. And I mean, it was good earlier. And I tell you what, the debate over the weekend was great. And I was here watching it all weekend, and I wanted to go live and try a live, and I couldn't. I had technical difficulties, and so I didn't wind up doing it. Before I sign off, um, again I'll say I'm here because this isn't a done deal. They want us to be discouraged. They want us. They meaning the MAGAs, the Trump. They lie. The lies are just unbelievable, but they lie constantly, and it really is discouraging. So don't be discouraged because look, if they had the votes, so pressure from constituents is working, and it's important that people don't lose their health care. It is important that hungry children in this country have food, that we provide food. That's where I want my tax dollars to go. And I have been for so long working on a podcast or a longer video on the money that people in the Trump administration are making, which is I think criminal. But I mean, I'm not a lawyer, so I don't know. But these people have worked for these private companies that build prisons. And why aren't they deporting the immigrants, deporting them, sending them back to their countries? Why are we putting them in prisons? Why aren't they home, released on their own recognizance? And I'm talking about the non-criminals, like the mother who was gardening and got snatched off her front lawn and handcuffed in front of all of her neighbors. Why the gentleman who was also had the weed whacker, and they are saying that he attacked them with the weed. There were like 5 of them, and they don't look like ice to me. They look really unfit, and I mean physically unfit, probably mentally too, but physically unfit. And they're beating him on the head. And I'm saying those people. He's got 3 sons who are in the Marines, who are U.S. citizens in the Marines. And they can't release him to his sons on his own recognizance with a monitor while we give due diligence, due process. And the mother also. And just on and on, all the people that are not criminals. And remember the criminals, I'm only going to erase the criminals. He was saying that the other day. He was talking about the insane asylums. He confuses insane asylums with people seeking asylum. Because I've been listening to this as I covered, the campaign. The asylum. And then he started talking about Hannibal Lecter again. This is a new one. Here's Bernie Sanders walking across the floor. I don't know if anything's going to happen. Bernie, they look like they're leaving. Look, they're staggering. Oh, no. No, they're not leaving. Before I go, I will show you some headlines. So here's this live shot. So I'm going to make it smaller. Here also is here's C-SPAN, and it's great because they've got the debate going. But here is New York Times. Trump administration highlights White House presses for Trump big bill as senators trudge through votes. And Senate slogging through votes and its proposed amendments, Republican leaders try to cobble together enough support from some skeptical colleagues to get the package passed. Just 4 Republican defections could cause the bill to fail. The Senate version of the bill also has to pass the House as Congress tries to meet the White House deadline by this Friday. I don't know what's the big hurry. Trump never makes his deadlines. You know, Trump always chickens out. Taco, he changes his mind every day depending on his mood. Here is another one. The Senate version of the legislation would add at least, and I've said this earlier, $3.3 trillion to the national debt over the next decade. According to the Congressional Budget Office, nonpartisan. They just add up figures. They let us know what's going on. That could cause problems in the House, which barely approved a cheaper version. Here, I want to share this with you. This is from, Musk. Yeah, that's another thing I want to talk about. But let's go to Huffington Post. I'm looking for that really good. Oh, here it is. Can you see this right here? This is The Hill. This is from The Hill. House GOP fumes over Senate mega bill. How did it get so much effing worse? How did it get so much effing worse? Oh, yeah. So, plan to cut more Medicaid stalls. So what the Senate did was they added more Medicaid cuts. More. What is wrong with these people? And then it says here's who could. This is from Huffington Post. I love reading Huffington Post because they have the great big headlines. I'm trying to go to the homepage. Battle on the Hill for the Hell Bill. Scorched earth till as trash as Trump bill. Day after re-election stunner. And then go back to Elon. Musk vows to unseat lawmakers who support Trump's big, beautiful bill. Tesla CEO also threatened forming an America Party if the bill, which would increase U.S. deficit by $3.3 trillion, is passed. Also, some of the debate tonight, just before I came on live, was about global warming and solar projects. Now, people, and this is all rescinding or getting rid of Biden's clean energy provisions. That's another thing. Okay, so they don't want people to have health care in America, in this richest country. We have bombs that can bust up Earth to go down into the deep recesses of Earth. Who knows what that's going to, remember that movie where the monster comes up from underground? Yeah, we have great bombs. And that is another great soundbite that I'm trying to put together. I just keep running out of time. The whole Raisin Cane dude, chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, I was skeptical about him, but boy, I really liked him at the debrief on the bombing, because he explained those bombs and he explained the history of how those bombs came about, and it's really good. And maybe he was so good because Hegseth was so bad. He was just bad. He's just angry and mean and loud. And then here comes, the general. And he's calm. And it's like, okay, this makes you feel better about everything, which we certainly need right now. So, earlier, before I came on live, the Republicans were just trashing all of the clean energy proposals and killing all of them. So these are subsidies that are going to be that are out there now that they're killing. That that farmers and others have invested in solar energy and windmills and other things. And Taco Dude has a problem with windmills. He's like read some Don Quixote, part of Man of La Mancha or whatever, and just hates windmills. And so, yeah, so they're killing all of the clean energy stuff and including Musk's stuff. So, yeah, not good. Not good at all. So, back to the Senate floor. Here it is. Here's the Vote-A-Rama. It's just a laugh riot a minute. Ha, ha, ha. All right, I'm going to be watching it. I'm recording and I'm going to post something later. Please follow me. Please subscribe. I post every day. Once in a while, like one of my videos got stuck in, I don't know, some limbo someplace. And, but I do try to post every day and multiple times a day, at least shorts. And I've been recording like crazy. Here's the issue, and everyone knows this. There's so much going on, and I record stuff, and then something else happens. It's that I just think I'm just going to do a short instead. So I'm here. I am watching. I'm trying to step it up. I need to work out my whole technical thing. I'm on OBS right now. I bought a Stream Deck, hoping that would help, but I need to learn how to do that. I programmed it, but I don't know. And this whole thing with YouTube, like, I don't know. I don't even know how the live shot looks, but we'll see. I'll see how it looks. Maybe edit a piece of it. I've only got 4 viewers on this, but that's okay. It's late. It's early. It's not promoted in any way because I'm not that secure in the software and in doing this. But this is like, I have all summer to practice so we can gear up, because we've got to gear up for the election next year. And so I will be, and somebody said something. I don't know. Somebody said something, but they're probably not there anymore. So thank you, even if you said something nasty. I'm Gloria Moraga, political woman. Please subscribe. Please follow me here and on TikTok. I pretty much have given up on every other social media because I'm trying to just concentrate on YouTube and TikTok, even though, I don't know. Trump says he's got a buyer for TikTok. I mean, how does that work? Congress, outlaws TikTok. Trump stops it. Now Trump's got a buyer? Yeah, I really trust that. Not. What we need to do is do our job and not kick people off of health care. And somebody, please explain to me why we don't want people to have health care, and explain to me why it's okay to spend billions and billions of dollars for private prison construction companies to build prisons for immigrants. When if the immigrants are so horrible, why are we keeping them here in a prison? Why aren't we sending them back? And not the mother who is doing her gardening, and not the guy who's got sons who are in the Marines. You know what it takes to be a Marine? Damn it. It's wrong. What we're doing is morally wrong. And building prisons with our tax dollar when we're cutting people, children aren't going to have food. Yes, it's our responsibility as Americans, as people who care about each other, no matter what you think. It's our responsibility to feed hungry children. It just is. You know, and all you, the Bible thumpers, please. I've read the Bible. I believe in it. And that's what he would like. So, yeah, I'm digressing. Nothing's happening. This is a good sign for the good people of America who don't want to lose their health care. This is a good sign for the good people of America who care about hungry children and sick elderly parents who need to be in the rest home because they're going to be cut. People who live in rural areas who are going to lose their hospitals when already hospitals are shutting down. So it's working. It's working because if it wasn't working, this shit would be done already. Okay, this would have been done already. It's not done. And now they're saying because of all the changes that the Senate has made that it's not going to do very well in the House. So we've got time here. We've got roadblocks that are going up and that are getting stronger and stronger. So people are calling and they're raising holy hell and it's working. People are emailing and raising holy hell and it's working. They're going to lose their jobs. And I'm telling you right now, if this all passes, they must lose their jobs. We must all remember this and vote. It's really important. So I'm Gloria Moraga. I'm Political Woman. I don't know if this even made it, if I'm even live. But if I am, I will try to put a clip up and I will be posting and updating on this. I might go to TikTok right now and do a live stream, but TikTok's really being mean to me and blocking me because I'm too political. Please subscribe. Please follow me here. I'm going to try to do this every day at a certain time. What time? I don't know, because I've just been going by what's happening. Look, nothing's happening. Look, this is good. Look, the Vote-A-Rama. I went through some of the... Oh, here, mic's on. He's leaning forward. He's leaning into the mic. Hear the mic? Mic noise? I'll turn it up. Yeah. He didn't turn on the mic. He did lean forward, though. Oh, see, here's... Here, let me move my pic. Let me move my... Right here. See? I don't know if you can see my pointer. They're coming to talk. It could just be just an update. There's no way they're having a vote right now. I mean, a full vote on the full bill because there are not enough people there. They'd all be there. I'm Gloria Moraga, a political woman, political reporter.